You know that I've been crushing on you.
Oh man,
It's a vibe when we talk. I can see
it's been a long day. Talk, guys, we're back. We have a special guest now with us.
Yes.
He gave one of the best performances today as
It was
well.
very different. That's what I thought about the performance.
It was unique.
It's one of those that you have to pay attention.
Yeah.
Even if you're passing, you stop and you're like, okay.
Who is this? What is he saying? What's going on
I
here?
like this voice. Okay. Maybe I should get married and invite him.
Yeah, I should burn the lineup at the wedding reception.
That sounds good.
So, tell us, introduce, what we like to do on the show is we like to give our guests the opportunity to introduce themselves because we don't want to miss something. We don't want to say the wrong name or not tell them one thing that you do or like we give you a chance to describe yourself. The stage is yours.
Okay, so I am Muneyi. I am a 26-year-old traditional Afrofolk musician based in the city, in multiple cities. I'm currently staying in Johannesburg. I sing songs about my grandmother, about my life experiences, and just, the way I relate to the world and how I see other people relating to the world. So,
What do you mean about your grandmother?
So
that took a bit like
I know.
right?
So my debut album is called Makuru, which means grandmother.
Yeah.
So I was raised by my grandmother, and I feel like everything that I know, I learned from my granny. I wrote a whole album dedicated to her. And the songs that I sing currently are about my grandmother. I don't know if you were here for the performance.
Yeah, we were.
The last song I did, Burudu. So also about my granny when we all left home. All her grandchildren left home and she was left alone and she was feeling lonely, hence the song. And she'd always say, I hope I just live long enough for you guys to finish school and come back and take care of me, which is what is happening now. So that's what I mean when I say
she's alive.
She's alive.
Oh yes, Granny. Yes. She gets to see a whole album dedicated to her. Imagine.
That is amazing.
I would be a happy grandfather if my grandkids dedicated a whole album to me.
Wouldn't that be great?
Yeah, imagine. This means
now
she's really, really special.
She is. She's my everything.
So where are you from when they around here in Venda?
Chilafen.
That side. You don't know Chilafen, the Bible fool.
People keep saying that it's not. There's a whole big ass mountain in between. That's the only reason it's far.
It's not far. I come from even further. So I'm just saying, like you're one of those people who it's not every day you meet someone from Chilafen.
Yeah.
No, people from there aren't really popular. I guess.
Also, you're representing the
You're
whole.
representing.
I guess.
Chilafen, the stand up.
Yeah.
No, he's putting you there.
Yeah.
How long have you been doing this? I mean, like your music is amazing.
Thank you.
We watched your performance and we're like, you know what? No, we need to have him on the show.
Yeah.
So I have pretty much been singing since grade 10. I was 16, I guess.
So it's about 10 years now.
10 years now because I'm 26. Yeah, 10 years.
Did you notice that? Like he's the only guest who introduced himself and he said his age.
Yeah, everybody else we have to either ask
Like, how old are you?
guess
Yeah.
or rob them of the ID.
I think when you ask the age, it gives great context. You're able to place things.
Yeah.
Once you say the age, you can ask, when did you start singing? If they say it's 6, you're like, whoa, you've been doing this for 20 years.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Then you can tell that, okay, you've been working on your craft or not, whatever. So, yeah.
For you, it's been 10 years.
It's been 10 years of sort of learning and enjoying
And finding yourself.
and enjoying music as an art. But I've been writing songs since the age of 21, since 2016, which was 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And I put out music for the first time in 2019. That was my first single.
Your first single.
That was 2 years ago. So
So are we saying that every single thing that you sing is something that you wrote yourself?
yeah. I mean, today I did do I did covers of songs that match my songs, but I medleyed them in my own repertoire.
You put your own spice there.
Yeah. So I did and then I did my own original. I feel like both the songs carry the same weight and speak about the same things. But yeah, I mostly sing my own songs. So my chat is I tell my own stories and
That is amazing.
Thank you.
Oh, definitely. I mean, at such a young age as well.
That's the thing.
Yeah, I'm glad you guys think I'm young.
But then at 26,
Yeah, the
At
kids-
26, you're young.
Every time I tell the kids, I'm like, I'm just like,
the
yo.
kids.
Yeah,
These ones.
the ones
The ones you were singing to.
Yes, those kids.
Yeah,
Those
no,
kids,
definitely, yeah.
Definitely, yeah.
So, okay, it's been 10 years.
Yes.
Did you study music or it was just a passion?
I didn't study music, it's always been a passion, but I've had a few coaches along the way. I've had a few like vocal coaches.
So you went like the proper professional way?
Not entirely. Most of the things that I know have been either instinctive or like I've had to learn like using one medium or the other, watching people do stuff and thinking, oh, I wonder how they did that, and then going on the internet and looking up different techniques, and also just being existing in the right spaces. So when I had a coach, it was not a coach that I hired myself. I was in a space, I was in the music space with a few friends, and the space had a coach.
Oh, so like they coached everyone.
Yeah, so at the time when I was singing in that space, I had access to the coach. And
But
he was,
then that grew you a
yeah, it
lot.
grew me because he was very fond of me, so he would teach me stuff, mostly technique, you know, when you sing, do this, don't do that. If your body feels this way, it means you're doing this, you're not doing that, etc. But most of the things, it's what I learned by myself, and also just trusting that the gift is there.
process,
Yeah, trusting.
yes.
I have a whole tattoo written that. But I just believing that the gift will carry you.
Yeah. I think that's mostly what it takes to do this, because I mean, I'm sure when you started 10 years ago, you just thought, okay, I have the dream to sing,
Yes.
and I want to grow it, but you didn't really know which direction.
To be honest, I didn't. When I started, I was writing English pop songs.
Oh, wow.
But
Oh,
like,
Madonna.
yes, not even the Shekinah type English pop songs, right? Coldplay. You
Wow.
Oh.
And then
I
one.
love Coldplay.
Yeah, they're good,
Yeah.
but I'm just
They're
saying,
great, but
like,
I'm not white, you know.
Wasn't gonna work out for you.
let's call a spade a spade.
Yeah.
I mean, they're really good,
Yeah.
but like, in context.
In context,
Let's look at it like that.
And I think because of the time I was in white spaces, I felt like, yo, this is the market, but it wasn't. And I was living with a musician friend at the time, and he was like, why don't you just write something in your language? And the first time I did it was very instinctive, you know, it was like, hey, this is how I feel about this subject, and I wrote about that, and I never looked back, yeah.
So was it just the fact that you love your grandmother so much that you just wanted to make an album about her and like a million songs about her? Or was it just something from the heart that just made you want to do it?
I realized halfway through the album that I had written 80% like of the material was about my grandmother.
Yeah.
And it was weird having an epiphany about something I had intentionally done, you know? Because I was going out of my way to write these songs and I knew what I was doing. But I wasn't aware that, hey, all of this is directed to one person. So when I realized that, I was like, actually, if I'm being intentional, there's nobody on earth who has contributed to my growth as a human being more than my granny.
Yeah, because I wanted to ask that, like, okay, since you're saying you just, like, when you're going through your playlist, you're like, oh shit, 80% is about my grandmother. Like, was that the initial plan? Like, you were like, you know what, I want to dedicate my first album to this woman, like to this woman who made me who I am.
The initial plan was to put out music, original music I'd written. So I wasn't really thinking about the theme. I just really believed in like the whatever I'd written about in each particular song. That was it. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna put out original songs, and yeah, I've written about a whole different subjects, but the recurring thing is that I sing in my home language, and that's it. Yeah,
which is great, because I mean, we have to push that.
I think it's very important, especially as a minority language speaker.
They're not, I mean, Makazi is representing us very
So
well.
great, I love
we
it.
really need to go a little bit further than just...
It needs to be different genres.
Yes, I wanted to say that, well, you know what, with Makazi, most people might not even care that she's Venda, as long as they can dance
the
to
music
it.
is lit.
Yes.
Whether you're a Venda or whatever,
Or
the music
whatever,
is amazing and it's lit.
And then they can sing along even though they don't understand what they're
Yes.
saying.
Imagine
Like what
having
we
a
used to
heartbreak
do.
song.
Like what we used to do when we were younger, when we were singing Kwaito. We didn't even know what Pepe the Kenze plenty meant, but we were there.
But we was jamming along.
Yeah.
We don't even know what it means.
So now it's time for Muneyi to tell them. Okay, how do we translate Pepe the Kenze plenty? But they must be like, you know what, this song is touching me in the right place.
We need to get to a level where we can relate our music.
I think that people who come to my shows and the people who follow the work I do feel that way, which is so great, you know. Where they're like, yo, Muneyi, I don't even know what you're saying, but I can recite every word.
Yeah.
So that's affirming, but I also do think we need to get to a point where people are like, yo, this song is written in this language, I don't speak it, and the song says this.
Yeah.
I understand what it's saying. Yeah. So where do you mostly perform? Like, okay, the organizers on the tour were like, no, Muneyi is coming. And everyone was like, what? Muneyi is here. And then I wanted to understand, because I think this is the first event we went to and he's performing, right?
Yeah.
Given the setup.
Yes, I get it, yeah.
Where else do you usually perform?
I mostly perform in the Cape. I think people there really love the art, and they're more open to diverse ways of expressing art. And the second sort of most popular place I perform at is in Joburg, which is where I live. And yeah, I don't have a residency anywhere. I just
wherever it is, but
it's not everywhere, but very selective.
Also, there are places where if they call you like,
At a funeral, maybe.
Yeah, my agent will say, yo, Muneyi, these people. I'm like, bruh, don't even respond. Nice.
It's not your type of thing.
Yeah, and it's not even because maybe they're doing
Something wrong.
Yeah, it's just vibe-wise, it wouldn't make sense. Like,
And it doesn't go with your brand.
it doesn't go with my brand, and I wouldn't be able to account for my presence. You know what I mean? Even if it's stuff that I consume myself outside of my work, even if it's music that I listen to, the other artists that I book there are artists that I actively listen to. If at the time I feel like I can't do anything here, I'll say no. I won't respond. It's like, sorry.
Who are you listening to? Like when you on your way here, who was on your radio?
I don't play much music, but I love East African musicians. I love Ayub Ogada. I think he passed away in 2018, yes.
Yeah.
He's an amazing Kenyan musician, but he didn't sing in Swahili. He spoke in a minority dialect. And I felt I could relate because I feel like, you know, out of the 11 languages, we are the second least famous.
Oh, you serious?
Even though our president is Venda.
Yeah. So on the list, we're second last of the minority languages.
So we're second, but from the bottom.
From the bottom. Yes. we're the second losers. You know, which is look, okay. I think there's this thing where they say us Venda people are the most accommodating because wherever we go,
I think it's a trauma response.
we turn to adapt to the language of where we are.
Where we are and not overpower them with us.
And yeah, because even though, okay, here's the thing, ne? Rina saba Venda, or the KwaZulu Natal.
Yes.
That mama ngaji Venda, where I'm from Nkush.
Right?
You'll switch.
So fast.
A Zulu person will come to Tendo, speaking Zulu. We're like, but okay, manje say utinyenze. We will then adjust to start speaking Zulu.
Because we don't have majority privilege. They do. They know that they can go anywhere in any part of the country, speak their language, and even if nobody understands what they're saying, people know what language it is, and that is a form of privilege. And I guess it's great.
I don't think.
I think it's outside of the oppressions. I think if I'm looking at it objectively, I think it's great to be in a space where, as an individual, I wish I could go to any place on earth, either, and just speak my language and people understand me. Like, Zulu people have what white people have on majority of the planet.
English
in terms of privilege, you know? And I think, as you know about Venda people, we, from a place of safety, we're forced to assimilate. Because if you're at a taxi rank, they don't understand.
They look at you funny.
Also, outside of that, if you need to get to a place, you have no privilege. You won't. and you're not gonna put aside your personal agenda just so you can like hold a political stance.
You just literally just gonna stay there and they're gonna leave you.
Yeah. So unless you speak their language, then you won't actually get to where you're going.
So you see now, you as a Venda singing artist,
Yes.
you partially have a duty to now go out there.
You have to like do proper wow. So we can say, but do you know Muneyi?
I'm trying my best to not approach my work from that perspective, so that I'm never under pressure. However, outside of music, I do actively like I don't know, like I go out of my way to participate in language preservation. So I write children's stories.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I don't even like kids. Sorry to whoever.
Sorry, kids.
I can't
Then
stand.
what are your stories about?
They're about folk tales, you know. So myths, things I grew up hearing. And you think
So your grandmother is like the biggest
influence.
Because now, yeah, those sound like the stories she tell you around the fire at home.
Exactly.
And then she's telling you these stories, and now you're turning them into kids' books.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
This
as
woman is
much
special.
as I don't
my
like
God.
children, I'll write children's stories about, and I write them with all the honor and integrity, you know.
Did you hear how he started that sentence?
As much as I don't like children, like disclaimer.
Disclaimer.
It has to be
Sorry.
there. No, it's all
I think
good.
it's amazing, bro.
You sound like you're multi-talented, eh?
My guy, it's just so inspirational that every single time we bring someone here, they're young, they are not just concentrating on like one thing and just saying this is my talent, I'm
Yes.
putting it up. They're just so diverse and it's like, okay, what else can I do with my talents? So it's so inspirational. It's ridiculous.
I love that about your platform.
It's diversifying their own talent.
Right?
Top diversity.
Right.
We bring diversified talent to the world.
Yeah, bro.
Singer, songwriter, and storyteller. All in one.
Yeah. I mean, you guys asked earlier if I started music. I actually started filmmaking.
Oh, okay.
So
Maybe that's where the stories come from.
So I've always known that I love telling stories, and outside of writing them, I also have a passion just for making or like documenting stories in a visual format. And I've not been doing that enough, which is okay. I'll do it later.
So we can expect like one day while we're watching TV, at the end then they write producer Muneyi.
Yes, definitely.
But then you only give us Muneyi. What's your name?
That's amazing. No, I'm impressed. From someone who can walk off the stage to go
And be behind the camera.
I'll only answer this if you guys answer this question.
Okay.
What's Madonna's surname?
Justice.
Really?
You know this. I know she was married to what's this guy, the director?
I don't know.
Me, I also don't know.
Guys, come on, man. The guy who's
Is she
friends with
Madonna?
this.
I don't have my phone, so I can't confirm that.
We can't confirm, no deny. So lie to us.
I don't know Madonna's surname. No, I'm not saying I know her surname, but I'm saying she was married to this producer guy. I forgot his name, man. Like it's here on the tip of my tongue.
If you can't say his official surname, I'm not gonna say mine.
So we must always just know you as Muneyi.
Yeah, that's it.
And
Muneyi, watch La Pen.
Yes.
and because of a variety of reasons, that I think over time as an artist and as someone who tells stories, I'll give myself a platform to address my identity issues. So I think for now, because being black and being African and having one name has many implications.
Yeah. You're expected to be Muneyi.
Surname,
And
and a
then
clan name.
what's the other name?
The slave name.
Steve.
I know, even outside of the Stevie part, just having a Muneyi last name.
And a clan name.
Yeah, people will tell you, oh no, if you don't mention my last name, my ancestors can't locate me.
Oh.
So there's many implications, especially if people keep saying your name over and over again, because there is a blessing that comes with favor.
Yeah.
And when people say your full name, the favor is even greater because you have a whole bunch of strangers recognizing your ancestors, you know?
Wow.
So
That's so
I can't say my last name until I address the issues.
That is so profound.
We are learning today.
Today, Shem, I feel like I should have been here with my notebook. Oh man,
I'm gonna
the
replay
bars
this
that are being dropped here
interview
today.
like times just so I can take notes. Like all these young artists are just so my God. So what else can we expect from you?
I haven't told anyone this, but I've been making a lot of experimental music, and I think in the world, you know, not even in South Africa, in the general world, in the general music industry world, there's an expectation for you to sort of build a brand and stick to it, you know.
Yeah.
If you are a rebel, you must keep doing outrageous things, keep making headlines. But I've realized as an artist, I like a lot of things, and even musically, I want to express myself in a variety of ways. So my friends and I have been making music that is sort of outside of what people know as Muneyi, which is great. And I'm going to be putting out 2 EPs between, like, sometime next year. And
You heard it here first, guys.
My guy. I mean,
actually, this is an exclusive.
Yeah.
Pow, 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 pow.
He's taking my job. I'm the girl.
You know, like we always say, on Talk Your Talk, we bring the fresh.
It's always fresh. It's always exclusive. It's always exclusive means never had before. Ne?
Yes.
We always taking them to the world. Like
I love that.
I met Muneyi. You know, like I said I know celebrities, but they don't know me.
I want to hear this.
I even have Muneyi's numbers. Oh, my phone is off.
I know that. I believe that.
My name is Diggy, by the way. I first heard of Muneyi 2019, right? I gave him a call, and since I was working at a radio station, I said, Muneyi, come, give me a song. I need to compile your music.
I remember this.
He lost his phone, eh? I hunted this guy for years. Then I bumped into him, and he explained the situation, what happened. But I didn't give up on his talent, right? Because I knew, like, what this guy has, it needs to be taken to the world.
Yeah.
And for me, I feel like, I said it has been like a pearl. I get a pearl, not a pearl. A pearl is hidden in a, what do you call?
In an oyster.
shell, yeah.
In a shell.
It's a clam. It's a clam.
He has been in that shell. So it's time he goes out to this guy is so talented. Multi-talented. Eh? And every day when I listen to your music, right? There's a song Mufuno, right?
Which one?
Rufuno.
Yes,
This is
yes.
my favorite
Smile on his
jazz.
face when he said that Lufuno. He was like, oh, okay, that's my song.
It is.
So every time I listen to that song, it gives me a hope about love.
Wow, I'm glad.
You know?
I need the
So for me,
Just plug yourself.
Yes.
Get in there. Don't be left behind.
I always, this is the one question I've been looking for you in the crowd, right? I wanted to just ask about that song. When you wrote that song, what was going through your head? I mean, like, what made you write that song?
So there's 2 things. Luckily, we have plenty of time. Well, at least I do. I don't think anyone's going to switch off this microphone. if I'm speaking, so- to be serious, there's 2 things. I think, firstly, I approached the song from a very academic space. I studied history, South African history, and you know when you're studying university, you never have full details in your undergraduate. You know, you must study further to learn about particular or rather very like
your own
specific
research.
things. Yes. So I was learning about South African history and the great mineral discovery, and I was learning a lot about the mines and how the mines mention a lot of men working there, but they don't mention women. So if you look at it from a different context, you know, in a traditional heteronormative family structure, it means all these men are breadwinners. Because obviously they're not children, you know, they are grown men who've left home to go work in the mines. And my assumptions would be that most of them left families behind to go work in the mines. So I was imagining this love story that happened during the great diamond discovery, mostly in Kimberley in South Africa in the late 1800s. And I imagined this young man who falls in love with this young lady. And another specific thing to that is that in the late 1800s, not everyone had the privilege of marrying their lover. If you think about it, like there were a lot of arranged marriages.
Oh yes,
even in the 1900s.
Yeah, in the 1900s. Yeah,
Yeah,
like that is.
At this
I feel
age-
like we are the only generation that didn't do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I was imagining this couple in the late 1800s who actually had the privilege. So this man has the privilege to like marry the love of his life, right? Then they have children and they name their firstborn son Rufuno as a celebration of the fact that they didn't have to go through what their peers are going through, which is arranged marriages. You know, because every generation goes through its own struggles, and for them, their struggle was arranged marriages. And whether you are aware that you're being oppressed or not, that's irrelevant of the fact that you're oppressed, you know. So they were aware that, yo, dude, our peers don't have the chance to love who they love. You're married to a stranger, but
They just bring you someone there and you're
Yes.
forced to take him.
but no, I'm married to someone I care about. So they named their firstborn son Rufuno as an ode to their love. Then the second-born child, who I don't know the name, and the song is written from the context of the second-born child. Because
Oh, so it's the story of the second born child is the one telling the story.
yes, because
about
I
their
think
older sibling.
he's the only person who knows all the stories. From a personal perspective, if you think about it, if the father had to tell the story, he has his reasons why he didn't go home.
Yes.
And if Rufuno had to tell the story, he has his reason why he's not home.
Yes.
If the mother had to tell the story, she would probably make excuses for her husband and hopefully make excuses for her son.
Yeah, for the phone, yeah.
So the little brother loves everyone, but also is just like objectively looking at this is what it is. So Rufuno left home to go look for his father, who left to go work in the mines. And I feel like as black people, we know someone, or we know a friend who knows someone who left home, worked in the mines, started a new family and never came back.
Yeah, that was always the case.
Yeah, that was very
Yeah.
common.
So that's
back
what
in
the song
days,
is
yeah.
about. So the father leaves home to go work in the mines and he doesn't come back. But no one really addresses that because it was a frequent thing in that particular time.
It wasn't a taboo.
It wasn't. It was like everyone was leaving home to go work in the mines and everyone was not coming back. But the implications on Rufuno were great because patriarchy keeps winning, which sucks anyway. So Rufuno is the firstborn son, and as a black male body, you know that as a firstborn son, if your father is not present, you automatically are the breadwinner
Head of the family,
Fine.
yeah.
So the implications of Rufuno's father leaving are not as great as him leaving. So the father is left fine, but Rufuno, you are now the hope of the family. You have your mother, you have your little brother, you must take care of them. Also, Rufuno's character plays a big role in the song. In the first verse, that gives us an idea of the kind of person he is. So him leaving also does not make sense. So if Rufuno was unruly and he was naughty,
We would expect it.
everyone would
Yeah.
think he probably died somewhere, but he's not that person to just leave. And the second verse also addresses his physical leaving, where the little brother is like, you left without even taking bad course for the road. And if you're black, buba and the patuchet.
Yes, it's a blessing to safe travels,
if you leave home, basanipen buba, they don't want you to go and your journey is not blessed. So if anything happens to you, you deserve it. So second verse speaks about that. And in the traditional songwriting structure for a pop song, of which I guess I was writing an Afro pop song. A song has a verse, a chorus. So verse 1 brings the problem, and then the chorus addresses the problem. Verse 2 brings us closer to it. It sort of contextualizes the problem. So if you look at Adele's Someone Like You, the verse 1 will say, what does it say? I don't remember. Anyways.
I remember right now. I'm so mesmerized by this song.
Yes. Yeah, no, but like the second verse says, you know how time flies, only yesterday was the time of our lives. That's a very specific thing to, from the first verse, which just gives a general idea of what Adele is talking about. And the bridge, so the point of this example is the bridge. A pop song has a bridge, right? And the bridge resolves the whole thing. Because verse 1 is the problem, verse 2 is the specific problem, and the bridge is like, we see the problem, but this is the solution. So Adele in the bridge says, nothing compares, no worries or cares, regrets or mistakes. There are memories made, you know. She's like, yeah, sure, this happened, you broke my heart, but it's fine. Even though I feel like, never mind, I'll find someone like you. So Lufuno does not have a bridge, right? Lufuno doesn't have a bridge because Lufuno does not come back home, so there is no resolution.
So is there going to be a part 2?
I don't think so.
I feel like, okay, you know, he told us he writes stories.
Yeah.
I know, but this is the first part of this. This is the academic version of the story.
Like, but that's what I'm saying. That like you could turn, if I was a director, of which I'm not, and you came to me and you told me this story about your song Lufuno, I'm already having a picture of the music video. I know already what I'm going to do. Yes.
I'm glad it feels like that.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, every time we bring an artist here, we ask them like, how do you write your songs? They're like, it just comes to my mind.
Yeah.
He just told us a story.
That time it came up because he was in class.
I was in a history class. But also the second part of the story, which is shorter than the first one, is that my grandmother has a son that for a long while did not come back home. So I think subconsciously I had processed that, and I was like, Lufuno, come back home. And Lufuno not as a person, but actual love, because my grandmother loves all her children and she loves this one children. So it's like the love, come back home. And I guess the general theme of the story is a space where people fall in love and they lose the spark. Wow. So it's like Lufuno Buyaniayan, not the person.
Not the person.
Love,
but the
come back
love.
to this place.
I just want to download the song right now.
And you know what's going to happen?
Yeah.
When you listen to the song, you're going to listen word for word to hear everything.
Now you know the story.
You know, I feel like Muneyi, you should have like a show where you go there, you sit and you explain.
The whole
Like
song.
you tell the story
Exactly
behind
like
the song,
he said it now.
because now it makes sense. It makes sense.
But if there was that, then I wouldn't be telling the story first here on this platform.
Another exclusive. Another exclusive. Oh
I
man.
actually think we just need like a whole show just dedicated to Muneyi.
Oh, definitely.
I'd enjoy that.
Yeah.
We take his album, we put it here. We're like,
and we dive
Muneyi,
song by song.
That'd be so
Exactly.
dope.
explain.
Yeah.
Tell us the story.
That'd
And
be
we
so
just
great.
get his grandmother's story, his
Yo.
story.
Yo,
These are
guys.
Netflix specials, man.
My God. this was beyond amazing.
No,
I
it was
just wanna
great. It
download
was
it.
great. It was a good idea to have him on the show.
Thank you for having me.
And to think we went looking for him for how long?
Yo.
We couldn't find
She's
him.
like, wait, she's like, she saw Muneyi over there. I'm like, okay, let's go there.
Guys, I'm the easiest person to find.
said
We couldn't see you. You were sitting down, you were in your head, like, yo.
You were behind us the whole time.
Really?
And we
Yeah.
were looking for you for like 10, 15 minutes.
Sorry.
That's
But I mean, you found me, so that's good.
That is like, I thank God I found
Yo,
you. Like,
man.
this was one of those interviews.
Yeah, one of the best ones I've ever had. So, okay, Lufuno, I want to book you for my event. Where do I find you?
You can contact my
Listen, I
current
called him
agent.
Lufuno now because of the song.
No,
Muneyi, I'm so
A lot of
sorry.
No. A lot of people call me that, and not even as a mistake. They intentionally call me that. Because also Lufuno was my first single. So a lot of people know me as the Lufuno guy.
Okay, the Lufuno guy. Where do we find you, Mr. Lufuno guy?
If you want to catch up on my messy life, you can follow me. You can follow me on Twitter at Muneyi_. That's MUNEYI_. If you want to see the cute shit I get up to. Can I swear on this platform? I don't know.
Yes, you can.
Fuck, did you just say shit?
Yes,
Shit, you can continue.
So if you wanna see the shit I get up to on the daily, you can follow me on Instagram, MUNEYI_. And for bookings, it's bookings@muneyi.com, bookings@MUNEYI. And if you don't have budget, don't bother.
You have been warned. You have been warned. You're going to have to go deep
But
in
I
those
mean,
pockets.
he's gonna bring a whole experience. So
It
you
is
must
out,
know.
yeah.
Dude.
And also, I have this belief that we can't afford anybody's art. but we can at least compensate for their time.
Exactly.
So yeah.
That's true. That's true. Nah, man, that is so profound. I'm so happy. Like today, I'm learning a lot.
Dude.
Like seriously.
I'm the
Every
happiest right now
artist.
after that. So it's like I was reading a book, I swear.
I'm glad you guys enjoyed that.
Oh, we loved it. No, thank you very much,
Thank you
Muneyi.
for having me.
Oh, I'm wishing you all the best. I'm looking
Thank
forward
I
to a
want an
documentary.
exclusive, yeah.
A documentary. I feel like, you know what? We can even try that and get our camera guys to like
Should do that.
while we're interviewing him, we set up a whole documentary thing
And
where he
he's home
explains
with his
Right.
grandma.
With
It's
his-
like she's at
the
Shell
famous
Out.
grandmother, the one
Yeah.
who brought us
And
this.
If you're gonna visit my granny, you must come with gifts.
Yes, obvious.
Definitely.
Don't come empty-handed.
Yeah.
I see that my granny likes fancy shit. She wants she wants Birkenstocks.
Okay. Forget them cockroaches.
Granny with style, bruh. Paparazzi for who?
Yes. But yeah, thank you for having me.
Awesome, man. Talk your talk, guys. We're still at the Botanical Gardens for the Acoustics and Poetry. I'm pretty sure we're gonna have more guests coming,
I
right?
think one or two more.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone's gonna top this one.
No.
For me,
No,
I
no.
actually had thought that first guy was gonna sing at my wedding.
Yeah. No, you're gonna have. Oh wow. Okay. Talk your talk. Let's go to break. Catch you back later, guys.
Yo, hey, let's see no chandi with three. I bear the power of me. Is in the channel. We.
Yeah, we're back again. It's Talk Your Talk.
Hi, what a day, man. Yes, just moving tables, looking for light.
Yeah.
Eventually, we have the man of the
hour.
moment, the guy who shut it down.
And you remember, it's next Sunday, né?
Yeah.
It started raining when he had to come to
Don't say that, bro. In the open, it might start raining again. It's supposed to rain today.
man. I think it won't do justice. Okay? If he does not introduce him, because I feel like we cannot introduce him properly.
Nah, never.
Okay.
Never.
Okay, let me do
Yo, listen to the voice is gone. Yo, wow, what a performance! I mean, you know you killed it when you can't talk after the show.
Yeah, I know. Like,
Yo.
it's like every day is like beef.
Yo,
Not the way.
so tell our viewers.
Oh, this is a boy, Gusba Banana, Mr. B. A. I can't the garments. Love you so much.
Where does
Wow.
the banana come from? Because I was expecting
Man,
banana.
I love that. No, Messi, I love that.
Oh, the banana.
I love that. I love that intro, man. No, man.
Oh, the banana part comes from my my ex crush.
Ex-crush.
Yeah.
You used to
She
call your
me
banana.
that, like, so yeah, I was a soccer player at the time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was three soccers. There's Badan, Magobel. So
Oh, yeah.
Then when I went to the studio, then they asked me, Uri, so, you feel like Fisher? I got a chance at the time. Then I was like, okay, write Gusba Banana. I know the song from.
Oh, banana, not
No,
banana.
it's not banana, it's like Benina.
Happy watu banjiri chamba bari no ndi Gusba Banana.
Tiba Venda.
Vano chinja dzina lana valisa umwe ina zuzwaje.
But who is Gusba?
Yo.
Who is Gusba, man?
Naso kufazwa kunjiri njiri. Yo,
Yo, you know.
Emuna.
Oh, you mean who's Gusba?
Who's Gusba?
I don't know, Uri, you're asking on which way, Mara.
In all the ways. No. Most of the people, right,
Yeah.
know Gusba from his covers, right?
Yeah.
But they don't really
Gitiago.
know Uri. Gusbanding. Who is Gusba?
Oh, Gusbandi Gundamasakona Junior, but I don't like it.
Gunda masakona.
Junior Wamkara. Okay, so it's from Aquarela, Station 4, and I'm doing second year at Univen. I'm doing biochemistry and microbiology. So,
Yo.
yeah. Next year I'm going to-
Educated. Biochemistry and chemistry.
and biochemistry and microbiology.
Yo. Right.
Where does the music
those are one
fit
of the
in?
most difficult things you can do.
Yeah,
And then on top of that, you're rapping.
Yeah, you know what? Even my mom was telling me, "Ray, change your name because don't need distract and as And I told look, this other song I told people, Ray, like, the first 2 years ago, rap and Gune.
Yeah.
Like, you know what? Now I'm in the second year, so in my grade 12, I was rapping. By the time I was famous there in my on my location, so I told my mom, "What I want to go balance because I pass a metric in a bachelor."
Imagine.
So now it's don't kakisa me.
I know. No. Mama got to sorry, Gusba and Wabat.
Yeah.
Gusba got to perform. Gusba do bara bugu.
Yeah, we are balancing.
The balance also out there.
So, but how do you manage to balance that? The fame and I'm sure Nichi Jena auditorium, ne? Oh, Gusba, oh, you want
Can you speak about one exam?
I'm not sure, like, I just told myself, I don't know whether, whether in school or it's music. So I have to balance both of them. So if it's going to go manga, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm balancing already. I'm saying if he maybe not the rapper, who knows? Maybe not the score. So I have to do both. Guy.
You're going to be that microbiologist who raps.
2 chains.
Like, busy. Like, I go shoot my dog rap on the side. I go go as rhymes.
Yeah, it's straight.
How did you start writing music, man?
Oh yeah, about writing music.
Actually, how did you, or what inspired you to start writing, man?
I love that question. Yeah, there was this other guy, he's my friend. So he was like a rapper in my high school. We were in grade 9. So now by the time I was just a cool kid. That was like this was rap. And that is just where I like, get what I'm saying? Just Maranda shit on stage, vibe, but also like the energy, get what I'm saying? That's what I perform like, So I wrote this other poem from my ex, like within the Jinam Papu. So that girl I got that poem. So bro. What? I can write this. I can write this beat. He was like, I'm fisher ashtakas. Then that guy, and then he was too much. So the guy told me, "That's fine, bro. I'm feeling it. And can you please give me a verse?" And for me, was so sharp because the guy was popular by the time in school. So then we went to studio, and the song was booming in our high school. So after like 3 days, I think I want you to feature me. I was like, hey, okay. And he said, just like by the time I'm not a rapper, I'm not a chance. And I tell myself, what if I'm a rapper? You know what? I'm going there and do my things. If this is it's worth a try.
Maravel, I mean, Bangas the kind of person want talent.
So then I studio. The song where I take the feed demon. Let's change the title. You know what I'm saying? And then to title like I really they have demons. Like we are talking about people who have demons, who are possessed. So yeah, when I get there, bro, I wrote the verse with like 8 bars, yeah. Then I killed it like I was like I was the one who killed it. You know what I'm saying? So the others was the moon. Okay, yeah.
It's your show.
It's about you. It's about you.
Okay, by the time now Dr. Julian is featuring about who I was killing me, for the verse, who you know what I'm saying? Then we with tracking a few emotions. Maria Chisemana, because I was talking about like
a person who goes to church.
I know but I can't when it does be bad. Don't worry about the So yeah, I was like it was HF tools, HF machines, yeah. Then let's go to come like I'm tired of masturbating. And I was like those stages are one as masturbate. So I was telling you I'm tired, what 88 points on the gallery. So sorry about that.
That's good. It's okay.
So
you're in demand, we understand.
So then I want to show you kereke. School was September so few value what at school. So then the principal I'm then a cell phone when I get there, she be angeno car was upon the staging. Then guys started screaming Gusba.
So they thought you were going to perform.
I was like, okay. By the time I was the ox, you get what I'm saying? If you're not track and she was ox upon the tomaka kamisan. So unless you want us on the phone because it's screwing us on the phone. So this other guy on the phone, I'm not tracking on the phone. I'm with the Tom and don't any shit. You go And but the sound was like as it was quality. So I was killing in such a way that na track that's sharp far. I go far, but fucking better.
Gusba.
Put on a flight.
I like this guy.
He knows what is important.
Okay, good. So yeah, that's when I started singing. Or yeah, you know what? Now I got this. Yeah, so I started being myself. Ndakudiwana for like 2 years. Like now this rapper for 2 years. I don't know. I wasn't a lot of things dripping, such cool. Was called. That's the party. So I was going as one sort of like, you know what? I wanna gig Univen like July. So I was performing. People were not vibing. I was like, bruh, I'm not used to this. I feel like now I'm too cool. Like why I was going to like. That's when I go to write a song called Fistalia Baba. That's what I boom. That's again the boomanga.
Yeah, that track. I mean, the chitomo ifan. No one a clip ye mongwe. I was going, hey, what's going on here? That's what just like there were a few lines in that ifan. Hey, this guy is go floor.
Yeah,
I mean, and Ako we are like he's not stuttering. He's riding the beat and he's killing each and every single bar. Like, yo, who is this kid? And then you told me like there's this guy called Gusba. I was like, okay, who's Gusba? And then you told me the song. I was like, oh, that's him.
He blue ticked me after.
I'm sorry about that. I'm always being.
So okay, that song.
Yeah.
You after which it is to Kakiga Univen.
Yeah.
Somebody know the words that you know what? Fuck, I'm gonna show these people who Gusba
Yeah, you know
is.
what? Okay, I went home. I was depressed and shit like that. So I just told Nuri, this other guy, and then I was telling Nuri, I wasn't doing it, and I know what I'm cool, and I know what I'm good. Now I'm living my dreams. I know that I knew I would be like yeah. I know what I'm to do. I have my dreams. Yeah. So I was just going to like I'm living my dreams.
And I like the fact that, you know what, it was for him, Chotoma, he said he didn't like it.
Yeah.
And then Asoko Zuita for fun.
Yeah.
And then he found out, you know what, he's actually got the talent.
Yeah.
You're not tender.
Maybe they are now in the 2 years in Zogune.
I bet Nana says he's already in 2 years. The Kugune,
Yeah.
Like he's telling a story, right?
Yeah.
Until now, this guy was telling a story, right?
Yeah.
He lying, or eat after Okwat. Yeah. And he made a smasher. A hit. If you want to know a music video, I'm showing you. Okay, this is to Ambayis. How did you decide with the music video?
You know, be shout out to my. Shout out to my nigga Douglas. No, yeah. Like, cause I've been there, like, quality. I got someone who it's my photographer, it's my personal photographer. Mara, use a phone. That music video you on a phone.
You lie.
iPhone X.
You lie.
Yeah, straight. So yeah, and this was like a 2 hours music video, cause yeah. So that's and then I was aiming low. So he told me, bro, let's do this. I got this venue. It's let me video
Oh, parking lot Mbuzuru. Yes, I saw part of that part.
No,
that's
and I love parking lot. Honest, I'm not gonna lie.
Would you have ended like 2 hours music video?
Everything.
That's straight. And you know what? And that's not speaker. I didn't know what music video is one of my first music video. I didn't have a speaker. I was just holding a phone like Disney. I was playing the song, and I put the phone here on my sharing inside. When they told me how the song writing, so I should mime all this.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it was like that. Everything was mara.
When Gusba doesn't work hard, he kills it.
Yeah, bro.
When he's just doing something for fun,
Yeah.
and then somebody might hit.
Maybe the advice is Gusba, don't do it for a profession. Do it for fun.
Yeah. Don't work hard, work
Yeah.
smart.
Yeah. Because that song, right? You see the crowd, bro.
Yeah.
The crowd went wild.
Yo.
Gusba, nga MJ, right? MJ go to be the hey, Gusba nga skill. Skill is like, these are the particularly as a friend of ours, it's like this other guy. You need to listen to this guy. This guy, it's that, what's that song that, it was a mini verse, Secret Location. What's the song? The famous song.
You mean that Fisela Baba? This one for hip hop or for?
Yeah, I'm up here.
Oh, that's Bama. Lauretino, Chandi, three.
Yeah.
Yeah. That song on the heater, no, we were in a party. Then this other guy was, no, that beat is not mine. The beat is famous. Like, we were in a party, so this other guy played it on speak. I was like, bruh, Marandi in the party, I was just vibing. I told the guy, I can write this beat. He was like, you are hip, you a nigga. You are hip hop. So I wrote the song. He sent me the beat. When I went home, I was bored. Then I go through it. Then I recorded it, and I feel like it was. Then when I don't know it's Mac D or Gromek, I sent it through Bango, because then I was asking through Bango and Papirigo that I want to perform at PVG. They said no, we don't. I will perform with the hip hop. So through Bango requested to say we should do a studio section.
Yo, hey, let's see no Acoustics and Poetry.